Hey YouTubers, right, back to continuing with the work on the office stroke studio, going to be my PC room. It's all been painted now, nice and bright and white. Got a blackout blind, blackout roller type blind, Venetian blinds behind that into the bay window. The windowsill has been painted with satin wood, really nice finish. I'm a bit anti-gloss these days, so the satin wood was really easy, one coat satin wood. It's giving it a really nice sheen and a good finish. The radiator, also used it on the radiator, so the radiator's a brilliant white now, again with a sheen. It actually looks like the radiator's just come out of the factory. And all the walls painted with their final coat of white, and the ceiling and coving. So next we're on to the floor. So the floor's all been cleaned up and prepared, skirting board's removed, and I'm just about to put the damp proof membrane in. The reason for this is that concrete always pulls in a certain amount of moisture, and you don't want that coming up into your nice new underlay and laminate floor if you're using laminate floor. So you have to use a damp proof membrane. So I'm just about to lay that membrane covering the floor. As you can see, all the skirting board is off as per the previous video, so I can get it nice and cleanly up to the edges. And then once that's laid and rolled out and cut, I'll start with the underlay itself before we can then progress on to the laminate floorboard. Okay, so we now have the damp proof membrane down. That's overlapping at the edge by 3-4 inches. Once the underlay's down and the flooring, I can just trim it right around the edge there. But basically I took the sheet out into a bigger space, having measured the room, cut pretty much the square of the room or the size of the room, brought it back in and laid it out nice and flat, and allowed for that bit of excess in the corners. So that basically we've got a nice good damp proof membrane that goes around the room, under the underlay, under the floor, and then can be trimmed right around that floor edge just before the skirting board goes on. I'll very likely also be running some speaker cable, which will come from this corner of the room and will be run behind the skirting up to the corner here, where there'll be one little surround sound speaker for the PC setup. And then again from that corner I'll be running one around the edge and up to a point above the door, so the speakers will be level above the door. So if the door's shut, it'll give a nice clean look, but at least when it's open, the sound will be coming out from above the door. Not perfect, having one stuck up there in the corner, but I'll angle it slightly down and towards the room. But yeah, that's it basically. Damp proof membrane down. I'll just flatten it right out as I'll start to lay the underlay. And we can then, once the underlay's in and cut to size, start to get the first boards down. Okay, so now we've got all of the fiberboard underlay down. You may notice I haven't laid in a brick fashion, I've laid it in a tiled fashion. It's quite a small room and it's tight to the wall anyway, it's not going to move anywhere. Those tiny gaps that you can see, probably 1.5 mil, 2 mil, I'll just pull that together. Just as I've walked around on it, it's just moved that slight smidgen away from the wall. But I shall sort that out, not a problem. So it took about 20-30 minutes to lay. It's the thick fibre board, I think it's about 6 mil thick. It just deals with any undulations, provides a little bit of insulation, not that that's required. A little bit of noise dampening if you're using it in rooms where noise may be an issue, but I just think it provides a nice firm feel under laminate wood flooring, so I've laid it before. And as you can see, I'm just measuring up the first board now. So from a previous video, you'll notice that I cut under the architrave with the multi-tool, which allows the board to slide under there and gives that nice finish. And then we can add the skirting on top of that, so we have a nice consistent finish around the room and not needing to use any beading. So that's pretty much the room sorted from the damp proof membrane and the laminate floor underlay. Next I will start working on the actual laying of the boards themselves. I'm just going to trim what you can see of the damp proof membrane now, just to tidy it up, and once that's complete I shall provide a new and further video and update to show you how it looks. And just getting there now. This little room should be quite nice once finished. So thanks for watching again.